Hello Internet, it is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 33. So this is going to be yet another dreadfully slow episode of Cancelled. I know, what a surprise. Though I'm pretty sure that should change relatively soon, but I'll get into that when we get further into the video. But right now we have count 'em, two movies to talk about. Morbius and Barb Star. And obviously we're going to talk about Morbius first because it's the more important movie. So Morbius, the Jared Leto Marvel movie. I have not talked about Morbius since the very early days of Cancelled. I think it was part 4. Yeah, part 4, which I made back in March. Is January. So it's a very long time ago. And that was like during the beginning of this whole pandemic crisis. So yeah, a lot has changed since then. But I'm talking about it again because it's been delayed again. It was supposed to come out March 19th. Well, originally it was supposed to come out July 31st of last year, but it went to March 19th. It stayed there for a very, very, very long time. Until today. It is now moved to October 8th. So it's no longer going to be released in March. Which I honestly thought the March release date was a bit strange, in my opinion. Because, I don't know, Morbius is a bit more horror-based than most Marvel movies. Well, pretty much all Marvel movies. So it didn't make much sense to me to release... You know, it doesn't make much sense in general to release a horror movie, like, in March, because March is, like, the least scary month imaginable. Well, I mean, there was last year's March. That March was the exception, okay? Well, that was the sole exception. But, you know, horror movies have been released in March already. You know, Us released in March. That made a lot of money. Quiet Place 2 was supposed to come out last March. That would have made a ton of money if things didn't go the way they did. But, yeah, I think the October release date's a bit more appropriate for Morbius. But, yeah, this is definitely another blow to the movie, without a doubt. Because, like, the first trailer for this movie came out last January. A whole year ago. By the time this movie comes out, it's going to be so old and so dated. It's just, like... It's going to feel like it was from another timeline. But, yeah. So they say here, this is a major Marvel movie for Sony, and the studio is protecting it rather than sending the pick to PVOD. So yeah, at least they're not just going the PVOD route. They're not just like, theaters, sorry, but we got to release this movie sooner rather than later. They want to at least make some money, if they can make money, off of this movie. And you know, when the first trailer for this movie dropped, it got a lot of chatter. A lot of people talked about it, mainly because Michael Keaton was at the end, and a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, like, is this movie connected to the MCU Spider-Man movies? Like, what is going on? So... yeah, I'm pretty sure by the time this movie does come out, there will still be some interest, but the majority of interest would have just died because people have to wait for what feels like an eternity for this movie. And I just realized this movie comes out the same month as Dune, so that's going to be an interesting period. And I think Halloween Kills comes out the same month. So this October might be loaded if things don't change again. Although, it's a good chance they will. But if nothing changes, then October 2021 is going to be lit. Again, if nothing changes. And the chances of things staying the same are incredibly low. Oh, I mentioned this. Many are expecting this year's Q1 theatrical releases to move. I thought so too. I knew like the first quarter was going to get wrecked. Getting absolutely destroyed. I don't know about the other quarters, but yeah, the first quarter was history. And I think of when it comes to the first quarter, I know what movies are supposed to come out. Raya and the Last Dragon, that has a theatrical and Disney Plus release. Tom and Jerry has a theatrical HBO Max release. There's The Marksman next week. There's The Little Things, that's HBO Max theatrical. Several others. Yeah. It's looking hella weak the first quarter. So there's one more movie to talk about. It's not that important, but I guess it's somewhat significant, so I have to talk about it. It's called Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. It's a comedy from Lionsgate. It was supposed to come out last July 2020. Funny enough, it had the same release date as Morbius, so it's a fun fact for you. And then it got moved a whole nother year to July 2021. But then I guess Lionsgate had second thoughts and were just like, you know what? Screw it. We're not going to wait that long to release the movie. We're just going to push it up 5 months and put it on PVOD. So this is another movie that went the PVOD route. It skipped theaters to go to PVOD. So it joins... How many movies does it join? There was Trolls World Tour. There was Scoob. There was... trying to think... The King of Staten Island is another one. That has more in common with this than, you know, Scoob and Trolls World Tour. There was Songbird, the pandemic movie. Oh, God. So, yeah, this... I mean, this doesn't really surprise me all that much. I mean, I highly doubt Lionsgate had a ton of money into... They put a ton of money into Barb and Star. It's probably low on their priority list. I'm pretty sure movies like John Wick 4 and Spiral are far higher on their priority list than Barb and Star. So I'm not surprised. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. They also did the PVOD release with Antebellum. So they did that too. So, I mean, for Valentine's Day, this comes out Valentine's Day weekend because Valentine's Day is on a Sunday this year. So it's on the 12th. So it's that weekend. So if any of you are looking to do something over Valentine's Day, you can watch this. I mean, sure, it's not as exciting as the Sonic movie, but better than nothing. Now there are a couple other movies. There's like 2 more movies that I read some comments from other videos where they wanted me to talk about 2 movies. One of them was Billie Holiday, and the other was Babylon. So United States versus Billie Holiday. It was supposed to be theatrically released February 26th. That's not happening anymore. Instead, it's going to be on Hulu, February 26th. So, yeah, I don't know much about this movie at all. So I don't have much of an opinion on it. I guess it's a blow to theaters, I guess. That's all I can really say. But at least if you got Hulu, that you got something to watch that weekend, I guess. And then there's Babylon. Babylon? Is that how you say it? I think. It was supposed to come out Christmas Day 2021. Well, limited Christmas Day 2021. It was supposed to come out next year, January 7th. That's changed. It got pushed a whole nother year. So instead, it will have a December 25th, 2022 limited release, and it will come out wide January 6th, 2023. But yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, this movie, it's so far from being ready. Like, what can I really say about it? I mean, I know it's from Damien and Chazelle. I mean, I love Whiplash. Whiplash is a fantastic movie. Did not like La La Land at all. It turned me off. I didn't see First Man. I know First Man caused a lot of controversy with the whole flag thing, and I think that really did the movie in. Not to mention that there were other factors, that the movie was hella boring for most mainstream audiences, and the movie just fell flat on its face financially. So maybe Babylon will do better if it comes out like next year, like far next year, like almost 2 years from now. So who knows how that movie's gonna go. But yeah, that's it. That's all I really gotta say. There's not much else to say. So what I said earlier, like, oh, I have a feeling like this slow era of canceled might come to an end. Like things might change. When I said that earlier, there's still a ton of movies coming out. I mean, the first quarter is finished, more or less. The first quarter is just done in terms of big movies. Second quarter has a lot, and there is a very high chance that things will not improve by then. So if that's the case, then we could be seeing a lot more release date changes. I mean, one movie I think was mentioned, I think it was an article that was mentioned in an article, one of the comments. Come on, internet. Work with me. Alright, it was on Variety. It was a Variety article. Yes, yeah, here it is. Most movies that were once scheduled for early 2020 have already been pushed back. Yeah, there's Cinderella. They're like, curiously, Sony did not mention plans for Cinderella in Monday's announcement, though it's unlikely the fantasy adaptation will keep its February release date. Yeah, that's the thing, the Cinderella movie, because the world needs another Cinderella movie, apparently. It has no trailer, no poster, no marketing, no nothing. The movie barely exists right now. Nobody knows it even exists. So I'm like, why not push it back? I mean, the movie comes out less than a month. And it has zero advertising. Why not just push it back? Like, come on now, Sony. Get it together. There's The King's Band, March 12th. I feel like Disney's just going to say, screw it. They're going to give it the New Mutants treatment, and they're just going to push it out there to die. That's what I think. But the thing is, Variety mentioned Venom, Let There Be Carnage. That's supposed to come out June 25th, 2021. But they say, though, the delay of Morbius may change those plans. See, all this weird Morbius, Venom, Spider-Man, weird universe. I don't know. It's very confusing. But they say it's just Morbius and Venom. But why is Michael Keaton there? Is he still Vulture? I don't know. No one knows anything. But yeah, there's a chance that a lot of the quarter 2 movies might get delayed again as well. I mean, there's No Time to Die, there's Black Widow, there's Godzilla vs. Kong. Well, actually, I think all the Warner Brothers HBO Max movies will probably stay put. That's what I think. I don't think those are going to change very much. But yeah, anything that's not any of those movies will likely change. There's Free Guy might stay. Fast Furious 9 might get delayed again. What else was supposed to come out? Ghostbusters Afterlife might get delayed again. But I don't know. We won't know anything until later down the line. Maybe a month or so from now, we might get more information on how many of these quarter 2 movies will get affected. But you know what? Here's how I think the whole year of 2021, here's how I think it's going to go for all 4 quarters. All right, first quarter, wrecked. Second quarter, 50-50 chance of getting wrecked. Third quarter, 75-25% chance. 75-25 chance of being wrecked. So its outlook is a bit better, but there's still the possibility that things could get really screwy. Quarter 4. If things are not good by quarter 4, we might as well just call it a day. Just call it a whole year. Because theoretically, things should be good by then. If they're not, we are doing something wrong. But yeah, that's it. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos? I got, the canceled playlist of all previous episodes where I go over all the movies that have been affected by the ongoing pandemic ever since last March. It's a long list. So if you want to catch up on what movies have been delayed and whatnot, go right ahead. I also have box office predictions, where I will soon start my 2021 box office predictions. I know The Marksman will definitely come out this weekend. That is a guarantee. And I'll also do one on The Little Things, because that'll likely keep its release date, because it's also on HBO Max. But yeah, after that, I don't know. I don't know what I'll be covering. But it will be something. It will definitely be something. But I also got all my 2020 box office predictions. If you want to check out any of those, go right ahead. Also got box office recaps. I just did 3 videos on 2020. The good pre-pandemic, the bad pre-pandemic, and then the pandemic era, my bad. So you want to check out my thoughts on all those movies, go right ahead. And then also, the recaps are basically just monthly. Yeah, it's basically what it means. It's a recap of the box office for a particular month. I've recently changed it to double recaps, August, September, October, November. I will do one for December and January. That won't come out till February, though. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.